Hello everyone, this is Five. We're checking out Door Puzzler. This is a game I've not played before. We're going to give it a playtest and see if we can give some useful feedback. I got the game page open here. It says, adventurers keep escaping without even closing the doors behind them. As the dungeon's janitor, it's your job to do it. Your goal is to get to the end while having every doors closed. A door is closed when both sides are on a hinge. White circles. I guess white circles are the hinges. Arrow keys or WC to move around, R to reset the current level, Z to undo. So very cute concept. I don't know anything about this game apart from what I've just read here. I've not played it before, so let me give this a try. Let's go ahead and get rid of the overlay and get right into this. All right, so it just opens up like this. I did want to mention real quick. I noticed that when I downloaded this, it said it was updated 15 hours ago. So this is the slightly updated version versus whatever was updated a few days ago. So that's for July 7th, which is today. Let's see what we got here. So I got my cursor on the screen. I'll just kind of move that off, I guess. So WC or arrow keys, close all doors, and then get to the flag. So I guess we just pass through them. Is that what we do? Oh, we have to go around like this? Okay. All right. So no sound effects so far, but it seems quite simple. A door is closed when it has a hinge of both sides. So do they mean these semicircle things? I have no idea what this means. I'm sorry. Oh, what? There's a circle here and here. Maybe that's what it means. I think that's what it means. Okay, so we have to. That's strange. Okay, so I guess this level is designed to teach this concept. It's quite confusing the way it's worded, and it's not immediately apparent like what this is, how this is meant to work. But I guess they just want you to know that you have to align the door with these circles. Kind of weird. I mean, this is definitely counterintuitive. I mean, I think this level was specifically designed in sort of a counterintuitive way so that you understand that it's the circles that matter and not, for example, looking at the walls and everything. But it's kind of weird because having a door be closed or open is such a intuitive concept. Kind of fundamentally, you know, we encounter doors a lot in the real world, and there's never any question when you see a door in the real world as to whether or not it's closed or if it's open. Um, you know, it's something that you can always understand without any ambiguity. So I think it's weird that the game seems to be presenting this as if there can be ambiguity and that you have to kind of pay attention to these circles instead of doing it intuitively. It's quite weird. Because yeah, I mean, obviously we can like look at this one for example, and I could say, okay, that's obviously closed, but I guess the game wants it to be oriented this way, so it's connected with the circles. Seems strange to me. So I guess we can open this because it's not. So that's closed, I believe, and then okay, once it's closed, it can't be opened again, even though it's not like connected to a wall or anything. Interesting. Oh, okay. So this part is the hinge. So apparently, because this part of the semicircle isn't closed, or isn't, yeah, I can't turn the door in that direction, but I can turn it like this. So that's interesting. The way the hinges work there. So, yeah, can figure it out. Let's keep going and see how things do here. Press R to restart the level. So yeah, I'm guessing, like what I was talking about with sort of the intuitive nature of the doors and how this kind of goes against it. I'm guessing that is more of like a level design constraint, like maybe the excuse me, maybe the developer as they were working on this just kind of realized that sticking to this very intuitive way. Like, for example, this looks like it's closed because of the walls on either side. Maybe the developer realized that sticking to this kind of intuitive functionality was like too restrictive for designing the levels or something, and that's why I kind of went with these like hinges things, something like that. It's the only reason I can imagine that they would choose to do it this way, which is understandable because, you know, when you're making puzzle games like this, you're trying to do something that's a little different that hasn't been done before, and you know, it's quite challenging to put together a puzzle game that's fun and works well, and you can make a lot of different levels with it and everything. So you definitely have to figure out a certain set of rules that really works well, and there's only so many ways you can do that. So I'm just kind of not thinking about this much as I'm talking, but apparently I'm doing fine at getting this to work. Now, there's no feedback for when you, for one thing, when you close a door, there's no feedback to say that it's like locked or whatever. Like it's in well, whether or not it's correct, at least in a locked position, it might be nice to have like some kind of visual effect. And of course, like when you add audio, maybe a little audio for that. But also, like once you've closed all the doors, it might be nice if something happened with the flag or whatever. It says, okay, you can exit now. Like even the fact that the flag is just kind of here is a little weird. Like apparently, you know, this is some feedback, which is useful. But you might want to. I mean, most of the time, puzzle games when they have like an exit, they might show you where it is, you know, on the screen before you solve it, but it might be like locked or something, and then once you complete everything, then it like unlocks so you can go in there. So it's effectively the same as what this is. It's just there's not really any visual indication that it's that way. And again, once you like solve the puzzle, it doesn't change in any way. So it might be nice to have a little bit of feedback for things like this. Now I did kind of expect that there would be a degree of ambiguity here, where for instance I could close the door this way, or I could close it this way. Either way, it's going to be locked. It is interesting that it locks, so you can't. Like apparently the developer made the choice to ensure that you can't open the door again after it's closed, which is interesting. So I kind of wonder about that. Like, is that actually necessary for it to be locked like that, versus, you know, like being able to open it again afterwards? I kind of wonder about that. Like, what if you could open it again? How would that change the way the game progresses here, and the kinds of options you have? Because like I'm not familiar enough with the game at this point to have like a opinion on that, but I wonder if it's actually strictly necessary for it to be locked like that, or if you could make it maybe just like slightly more user friendly. Is that the word? I don't know, just kind of comfy for the player if they could like maybe undo some of these choices a little bit. In any case, I think this just looks like you close them all to the left, right? Oops, I didn't mean to move that many spaces. Oh, I see. So if I do this, then I'm locked out, right? So wait. I think okay, so I can do this in. If I do this first, does this matter? This is kind of confusing. I guess this works. No, that doesn't work. So, okay. I need to close one of the top ones last. But it's weird because once you start closing them, you run out of options to get back up there. This works. Never mind. It's not that hard. Okay. So yeah, it was like little bit of trial and error sort of thing there. Press, oh, there's an undo. Interesting, okay. So the doors still lock, but you also have an undo button. Hmm. Okay, so that's kind of, I mean, it's not the same thing. Like you could lock a door as your first move, and then like 20 moves later, you might decide that you wanted to unlock that door again without undoing everything you did, right? So it's not like the undo is complete opposite of being able to, or it's not like it's the same thing as being able to open the doors after they're closed again, but um, it is sort of in the vein of making it a little comfier for the player, I suppose. Although, well, if I think about the last level, maybe there's some situations where it actually would affect the level design if you could open a door again. Hmm. Interesting. All right, I just did that inadvertently. All right, so let's look at this puzzle. There's a lot more going on all of a sudden. So these all have like full circles, the hinges, but some of this one apparently is already locked, right? Like it's not like I can't get into the square to move that one anyways. Um, I guess it's also ambiguous which way it would swing if it could swing, if it wasn't locked. But hmm. All right, yeah, my brain has no idea where to start with this. Like it just looks like a bunch of stuff. I see no sort of pattern to this, and so I guess one thing to do is just to start closing doors and sort of trial and error it a little bit. They are different colors. I don't know if there's a purpose to that. All right, so this one right here needs to go up. Oh no, it can swing around. It can swing around 180 degrees here. Yeah, that would work fine. Maybe that's, I don't know. I don't think it matters if this one is here. I don't think it matters if that's here or here. Right? All right, so if I close this one this way, it'll lock, but if I do it up this way, then it can go here, so I think that's what I want. And then this one can go down to lock here. Oh, where is this one gonna go? This blue one here. There's nowhere for it to go. So I guess that wasn't the right move. And I can try the undo here. I can do that. I guess. And it wants me to, oh, I guess I have to do this one first, and then I can do this one. So I guess I did it. All right, that's interesting. So yeah, I had to, I just kind of started doing it, but it ended up being the right way, I guess. I guess there's only so many different ways. Like for any particular door, you can only push it one way or the other. So it's, I guess, for every given door, it's a relatively binary decision. I guess you might have to consider things like the order of the doors, like with the last level. You also have to consider the order in which you close the doors. So it's not as simple as every door having just one direction or the other that you push it. You also have to consider that, the order and everything. But I think it does help to sort of wrap your head around the puzzle if you think of it that way, because you can only push it clockwise or counterclockwise, and there's always going to be only one endpoint, regardless of what direction you push it into. So yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't solve it. I didn't. All right. So apparently this isn't the solution because this one is not closed. Okay. So again, that would be nice, like to have better feedback to know that For one thing, to be able to see like which ones are actually open and closed, just sort of not exactly the same as what I said before. What I said was it would be nice to have feedback when it does close, but it would also be nice to have like a permanent visual effect to see like, okay, these are the locked ones. This one isn't locked yet, so that would make it a lot more clear, because I thought I'd solved this and I didn't even realize that I completely missed this one. So yeah, it's kind of not quite as good in my opinion to like get all the way to the end before you kind of get this little feedback element here. So yeah, I guess this just doesn't count. Don't even remember what I did last time. I was too busy talking, but I guess just try this way and I don't know, just start closing them. I think, what did I figure out before? Like, this one could go up, the one below me. I think. Just go with it. This needs to go here. Wait. Undo. Because this blue one above me here. Alright, so these ones, I believe these two blue ones, I don't remember what this, was this one closed? I think these ones have to always go down, which means this one has to go here. And this is gonna lock me. I can go through here. I can't close this one and then come down here to go here. So, oh, I can close that in the other direction, right? Yeah. So I can do. Oh. Right, that's what the undo is good for. Oh, wait, no. This one has to be closed in the same place. So, all right, this is quite tricky. I don't remember how many things back. Okay, yeah, see, at the moment, these three aren't possible to solve. Let's go ahead and restart the thing again. Let's look at this down here. All right, so this one that I missed before, that has to be closed either here or here. I think I tried down last time, maybe because like the first time I did it, I didn't close it at all, which is it's not a correct choice. Obviously, it's not an option. Then last time I tried it here, so maybe if I try here, it'll help the puzzle along better. I don't know. I can try it this way. I can still go through here if I. Oh, that's not actually closed. Should I go ahead and close it? I can do this. I don't know which way to close this one yet. Maybe I should hold off on that one. I think so. I think I want this to go up to help these have more things to close into. This looks okay, right? Go ahead and. All right, this isn't possible unless I go back around. Wait. Okay, no, I can't close this one currently because it would lock me in here. So I want to go backwards. I think if I close this now, nope, that doesn't. Wait, I can go this way. That works. All right, so we got a nice little enclosure here that I'm completely outside of, and then that should work. All right. So yeah, sometimes it's. Oh, this is different. Okay, these have door handles, so I assume that means. Ah, okay, so this is placed as a little tutorial one, I guess. But I want to finish my thought from before. So I guess like with the previous one, it sort of felt like there's a bit of a flow. Like once you make a decision with one of the doors, you can kind of start from there and start making decisions about where to push the doors closed from sort of the first decision there. And you get sort of that flow element where kind of the more you have it filled in, the more you can figure out the rest. Like you have with the Sudoku puzzles or Minesweeper, I guess. um, and so I think, even though like especially when you look at it at first, it was just kind of like I have no idea what to even start with kind of thing. But it seems like if you sort of start with something, and then it doesn't work out, you can kind of work your way backwards a bit. Sort of go back to the earlier decisions and try flipping it the other way, and then you might get like a different flow out of it. And that seems like a reasonable approach to it. But yeah, apparently the door handles. I mean, this is intuitive enough, I guess, where you can see a door handle and say, okay, I can only open it from that one side. I believe that's what it's communicating. And then this first one is placed here, even though there's a hinge here. I don't have the door handle, so I can't open this one. It's also closed anyways, so I'm not sure that necessarily teaches the way I thought it did. Because even if this door handle wasn't here, I don't think that this would be able to be opened. So I don't know, maybe you might be able to teach this a little better. Oh, I was able to push it from the other side. Okay, so what is the door handle? Oh, does that mean you can open it? Wait. Oh, yeah, you can open it after it's closed. Okay, so that's what the door handle is. But you have to move in the right direction. Interesting. Okay. So, and this one I can't because of reasons. Oh, the handle's on the other side. Right. All right. So, yeah, this is interesting. It's not as intuitive as I thought. I mean, the idea of a door handle is intuitive in the literal sense because it's it's a real world object that's sort of in some sense mimicking what would happen if you had a handle. But I think you could probably do a better job of making it a little more explicit the way that this is meant to work. I know it's probably not that easy to explain anyways, but yeah, I do feel like this, you can kind of understand why it would be that it only opens if you move in this one direction, but it feels like it should open regardless of whether I like move in this direction or in this direction. Like this direction doesn't make any sense, but it feels like it would make sense to open it like this as opposed to just like this. So I don't know, that's just another thing to learn, I guess, but I guess it does give you another option to move away from it after you've closed it. So these ones don't actually lock when they're closed, except from the other side. You try to push it from the other side as demonstrated here. Interesting. How can you actually solve this then? If this one... Oh, okay, I can open this. Right? Like so. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I guess it's something to get used to. Like, I don't think it's immediately obvious. My brain doesn't like immediately interpret this as like, okay, I can move in this direction, but I can't move in this direction. It's a little bit, maybe that's something you can get used to, but it's a little counterintuitive, I suppose. So what do we do here? This one, they're both locked, but this one can be opened. Interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to run into that. And then we can open this guy just like that. That's cute. Yeah, so I mean, it feels cool once you start interacting with this. It's fun to interact with in sort of a mechanical sense, which is always something nice. I don't think, never really thought about that in terms of like puzzle games, like the idea of having mechanisms in a game that just kind of feel cool to interact with is something that I've always been kind of interested in, but it's usually I've thought about that in the context of like a, like a first person game or something like something like Metroid, where you have all these different like switches and levers and things that you can interact with in cool ways. I just kind of have this mechanical feeling to them. I don't think I've thought about that much like how that would be in the context of a puzzle game, but it seems like a really good idea. Like this is really simple, but it still kind of gives me a little bit of that feeling, so I think that's pretty cool. This is kind of funny. Interesting. All right, I haven't been thinking about this much as I've been talking here. What? How is this actually possible? So, wait, I have to restart. That's how. Okay, so this needs to be left open, I assume. Oh, but I can't go in here. Okay, I can go through. I can do this. And then what? We close it like this. All right, yeah, that's cool. Oh, nope, never mind. That one needs to be left open. Then I can close. What the heck? I can go up. No. How is it possible to close both of these without, like, I could leave that. I can, like, I can't actually leave this open if I go through it from here. So I can open this. Wait, oh, well that one's open, I can go and close this one, right? Yeah, that's the idea, I think. Or maybe not, because this one has to be closed from this side. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, what? No, never mind. I don't know how to do this one. So when you start, this is the only option, is to go through here. And then the only thing you can do once you're in here is to go through here, which necessarily closes it. There's no other option. And then from here you can do this. But no, okay, so you can't leave this open and open this because it locks you in here, so you have to go up. So from this point, I think all of this has been the only choices I can make so far, and then at this point I can either go back this way or I can go through here. So I almost wish there was like a button, like a checkpoint or a save state button or something I could press at this point so I could start from here. So I want this one has to be closed from this side. Why doesn't this work? Right, because I have to close that from here. So the only way to get there is this. So that has to be done that way, right? Wait, isn't this just solvable? How come I had so much trouble with this? I don't I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong before. But yeah, there we go. Okay, we have a whole pile of door handles. What is going on with these hinges? What is really? Okay, so again, we're kind of moving away from it intuitive in the real world sense into something that doesn't make sense in the real world, but it makes sense in the context of the rules we've been taught so far. So that's really interesting. It's very interesting. All right, that wasn't hard, but it's teaching me how it works. It's pretty cool. Now, some of these, like, there's handles on both sides on this end, but then this one has one here, but doesn't have one here. That's a little confusing. So, like, I can understand it, but it's Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously it makes sense that you know, there's limited options in terms of how you can open this depending on where the handles are. I guess it's kind of a lot to look at. In this case, this isn't a big deal, but I'm noticing this is like a really subtle thing. But this green blue color kind of blends in a bit with the gray background here in the hinge, at least on my monitor. So it doesn't quite stand out, I think, as much as maybe you want it to. All right, so how do we solve this thing? Hmm. Oh, that's weird. That's cool though. All right, yeah. So it's a little hard to like wrap your head around the orientations of the handles and which ways I can interact with this. Interesting. I wonder how much you just get used to that over time, so you don't have to think about it as much. I don't know what I'm doing for this one. Apparently, I can't actually. I think I have to do it from in there, right? Something like this. And then I can't. Oh, I can go back up here. Okay. Oh, didn't expect it to go this way. And that, okay, that works. Interesting. Very interesting. So I can close this, but oh, okay. All right, I didn't realize I could do it that way. I sort of just stumbled upon that. So okay, there's a solution. This one's significantly smaller. It's all of a sudden quite a bit more zoomed in. A little bit weird to look at. From here, I don't know what. Just we got a revolving door. That's quite cute. I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. It just sort of just the degree to which that kind of creates the revolving door effect that we're kind of used to from. I mean, I only see these in movies or whatever, but it's kind of fun. All right, how do we how do we actually solve this? I guess. All right, that one. It starts out like this. We don't want to get. I think as soon as we get kind of pinned in here, in this case, we can just go out. But if we get it the other way, we're just kind of stuck that way, and we can get out again, but it's not accomplishing anything. So I think push this. How does that work? Because if I can't go over here to push that because it creates this again. But if I try to do this, then it does nothing. And if I try to do this, then it does nothing because I'm trapped in here. So how on earth? How do we interact with this in a correct manner? I have no idea. I don't see any other options. Something like this. It's just the same. I mean, they're in the opposite positions, but again, I can only. It's the same kind of effect, isn't it? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. All right, just screw around until something happens, I guess. There we go. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, I'm curious at this point, like if there's going to be any new mechanics introduced past what we've already seen. That's not correct. Wait, how much can we move these doors around? All right, this is interesting because I know there's like, yeah, there's weird ways we can flip the doors around to different hinges and stuff. All Right, that was not it, right? Because that's going to open. So I think, oh, is this, oh, the hinge is limited. Okay. Which means either this has to go here or I did something wrong with the blue door. Interesting. I don't really know. Let's go ahead and restart. Let's try doing something different with the blue door, maybe? This, I can't move this one over. It doesn't have handles for it. Wait. Oh, this one can't rotate this way. Okay. It's the hinge. I don't think anything other than the blue door can end up over in this orientation. I'd be completely wrong, but I don't know what else to do here. Start again. Can do. Okay, so the only option I have to start with is, oh, we have two. We can go this way. We can go this way. If we do this, I don't know what this accomplishes, because now everything is just trapped, so that doesn't do anything. So that's a dead end, I believe. So the only thing we can do is start with this way, and then I don't know if I should continue all the way to here or if I should leave it open for some reason. I don't see anything that we can do differently, so leave this open. I can't close it now. I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can still go in here. Wait, that doesn't help. I think, wait, let me go back here. Let's use the Z. I think I had this guy open and then I can go in here. Wait, I tried this before too, right? Now I can open this. That's not what we want, but no, I don't. Well, I don't want to reach the conclusion that this is impossible because that's probably not true, but I don't see anything else I can do here. Oh, I haven't done that before. Okay, well that changes things. Alright, well that was quite accidental, but I'll take it. I kind of wish I like understood better what I was actually doing there instead of just accidentally figuring it out, but yeah. Apparently it was possible. What am I looking at here? Oh, this is so crazy. That's pretty fun. Alright, so how... Oh, we can flip this thing around. Wow, well, there's a lot of stuff going on here. This is quite fascinating. It's like a fidget toy or something. Very interesting. Okay, so I can't Okay, yeah, it's the same dealie with this. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. um, so we want, wait, restart. Oh, there's no hinge here. So that's not a solution. Let's see. Wait. So this blue one needs to be on these two because it has no other option for an ending point. But these ones have handles, so they can kind of flip around a little bit. This one is currently locked. Interesting. I can close that like so, though. Um, this is a little interesting. This is kind of ambiguous because of the fact that, like, if I go up from here, it occurs to me that either one of these should open in this direction, right? I mean, this one isn't actually closed, but I don't know if it works from left to right or something, but I don't know how significant that is. Let's try starting over. I don't know how to even start with this one. Same with this. So this is ambiguous too. So if I go up, it goes up this way, and then if I go down, it kind of decides to go onto this other hinge instead of closing back the way it came. So not really sure what exactly the logic is there, but I guess I just kind of accidentally did this again. Just fiddling around. I mean, it makes sense that you can't really avoid these ambiguities, and it's just going to have to choose one way to do it or the other internally. Okay, what is going on here? This is a lot to look at, this one. It's kind of annoying how this flag is like in the way. I can't close this like so. Right. So I can't leave these like that. That's weird. Wait, how did I? What am I supposed to do here? Okay, so I can flip these around, right? Oh, that doesn't go all the way around. Wait, oh right, again the hinge. Okay, I'm getting confused by the little gap in the hinge here. Oops. So again, like I'm gonna use the undo here, so I can abuse the undo to go back this way, because if I try and go back this way, it closes the blue one instead. But if I use the undo, I can do that, I guess. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh. Apparently I figured that out at some point, so that works now. These have to be kind of flipped around. Oh. Alright, I'm not sure if I can leave these alone. The ones on the right. I might have to go back and forth here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest. This one won't stay like this. How do I get you to be different? I can go like this. Is that it? Oh no. I'm on the wrong side. Oh crap. So oh gosh. What a mess. I want this open. No, I don't think so. Right, so if I was on the other side, this would work, but I can't. Oh no. Gosh. This is very fiddly. Yeah, I feel like I'm just fiddling about. There's probably a way to figure this out with more mental concentration, but as it is, unfortunately, I don't think I'm getting further here, really. This is like the only thing I can do right now. Maybe... Holy moly, yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. I wonder, it might be interesting if you could like when you have these ambiguous situations here where like if I go down, it closes the blue door, but maybe I want to close the purple one. Wonder how it would be if like I could like press into the purple one and then I could close that one. I could choose which one I want to close. Probably break some of the existing puzzles, but might be interesting. I mean, it does like add another input to teach the player and everything. But yeah, this is going nowhere real fast. Oh gosh. Alright, I screwed this one all up because of, again, this ambiguity. Like I open one door and then like I end up closing the other one. This one's locked. I can't close it. That's really weird. Wait a minute, what? I'm so confused now. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is annoying. I don't know. I had this in a different way before. I don't know how it ended up doing that, but right now it's like I feel like this blue door is very misbehaving. Like I just want it to be closed like this, but I can't figure out a way to do it anymore. I don't know how any of this works. So yeah, I'm pretty stuck here. I'm feeling like maybe it might be a good stopping point for the video. I'm not sure if there were any other mechanics that were going to be introduced. I feel like if there were, then they would have showed up a little sooner, maybe. But of course, there's no way for me to know without like completing the thing. I wonder. Take a quick look at the game page again here. It doesn't mention like the number of levels or anything. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, was this line always here? I did kind of alt tab out, so I don't know that. I know there's like a grid, but I don't remember that line being there. Yeah, so this one's hard, but I mean, there might be some like simple solution that I just never stumbled upon or whatever. In any case, yeah, I think this is a pretty successful design in terms of puzzling. I do think it has a degree of simplicity. Like the little things I mentioned that are maybe could be confusing to the player, but I don't want to make it sound like it's hard to figure out or anything. Like I didn't have any trouble really like figuring out the way that the mechanics work here, but could be possible some certain players might get a little confused about some of the things right at the start, you know. Apart from that, yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I like the feeling of kind of shifting the doors around and stuff. I think once it gets to a certain point of difficulty, it might become a little bit more tedious. Like I don't know, maybe it's starts to get hard to wrap your head around the number of little things that have really particular ways that they can move. So yeah, I'm not sure. You know, it might be nice to see a new mechanic or two. You don't necessarily have to do like. Obviously, if you have too many mechanics that's going on at once, it might get a little complicated. But maybe you could like remove one of them for a little while and introduce a different one, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. And like I said, I like the feeling of the doors, and it seems perfectly functional. So yeah, more feedback, like I mentioned before, might be nice. It is a little weird though because. Well, no, I guess it would still make sense. I mean, obviously, once you have the handles, the doors aren't like permanently locked anymore because they can be opened again. But I still think it makes sense to be able to see that they're at least connected and there isn't one free. That just, you know, at a glance, you can kind of see the overview of the whole screen where the ones that are connected and the ones that aren't are, and you know, that can just help just that little bit to kind of wrap your head around what you're doing, and it'd be nice to have that, I think. So yeah, hopefully you keep going with it. I think it's pretty interesting little game. It's I don't think too many. I mean, once in a while you see new puzzle games pop up with new ideas like this, and often grid-based movement things like this. But I think it's always nice to see like somebody comes up with something a little bit new. Assuming that this hasn't been done before. I've never seen it before, but it's always kind of nice to see little clever new things like this, where it's like, you know, just something that you haven't seen before. It's pretty cool. So hopefully this is useful for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.